I'm resident of Collinwood, Joel Stain, joined by my buddy Daniel Culver Killenberg. I think Mark's going to join us later. I'll send him an invite here a little after 11. Um, we're here to discuss Jason Lives. Daniel, man, when did you first see this?
You know, um, this is another one. I'm not really too sure. Like, I might have seen this when I was younger, but I saw it whenever I got do you remember when I said I got those Friday 13th sets? I don't remember when I said, but yeah, whenever I got those.
Oh, wow. Cool, cool. Um, so they actually resurrect Jason in this. Um, I like I like the opening how they do like the Bond opening with Jason. They got the little spotlight following Jason. He just turns and he slashes it with the machete. What did you think of that opening here?
Well, I thought it was pretty cool.
It is. The fact that you're having one genre reference another is really cool. And another franchise reference another is really cool. I'm a Bond fan, so it was awesome to see. Um, what did you think here? Jason Lives. They're literally going to dig up, like in Friday the 13th, part five, we saw Tommy have this dream about these two jabronis who dig up Jason and, accidentally he's alive. Well, here he's not alive. He's deader than a doornail. And Tommy and this other dude dig him up. They're fresh out of the insane asylum. I'm pretty sure it's not Wincliffe. It's a Dark Shadows reference. But they go to the cemetery and they dig up Jason's grave. And Tommy takes this metal rod and starts stabbing Jason's ass like there's no tomorrow. And they use the Frankenstein method to bring our buddy Jason back. What did you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I actually thought it was, pretty, creative how they did it. Because it's not something you'd think. Like, you wouldn't think that Tommy Jarvis would be the one to revive him.
Yeah, it's really crazy too how they do this. That I was not expecting them to like bring him back to life quite like this. Like I'm thinking, well, this is Jason Lives. Jason's gonna come back somehow. And I'm thinking, man, Tommy, didn't you learn anything from that dream?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. To answer your question earlier, I got the set with part five in this in 2016.
Cool, cool. And they take the metal rod, they stab him, the lightning hits it. So our buddy Jason is back. He's back from the dead, and officially he's the first. I think he's the out of Jason and Michael, he's the first one to become supernatural in a sense.
I
Um,
think so.
he's definitely the first one to come back from the dead. I don't really count Freddy. I mean, because to me, Freddy was always supernatural. I mean, anybody who can appear in your sleep has got some definitely magical powers going on with them.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
true. Yeah.
you know what I mean? No offense to Freddy Krueger, but Jason coming back from the grave, literally, um, and he's gonna wreak havoc. Tommy realizes he's fucked up here. Uh, really, really good performance by a lot of the actors here. God, I really like the sheriff in this movie because he's we actually get an acknowledgement that Jason Jason was once alive and killing people.
Oh yeah. Oh, I actually am wondering something. I don't know if you know the answer though, but is part five canon in this?
Yeah, I believe it is. I mean, because they do mention like he was in a mental institution, so I assume that because my assumption is that because the Pinehurst incident went down the way it went down, I think Tommy had maybe thought about killing Pam at the end, like what we see, and maybe like the sheriff walked in and stopped him. Again, we don't see that. We do see him like standing behind her, but we don't see what happens. We're just left to assume shit. So I assume like he got stopped from killing her, and they just locked him away in a mental institution, thinking, well, since Jason fucked him up mentally how many years ago because he killed Jason because Jason killed his mom and shit. Well, now Roy Burns dressing as Jason has fucked him up even further. So they figure, well, instead of just trying to rehabilitate the dude, they lock him away like permanently in a mental institution. But he gets out here, he leaves, and him and this other guy, I guess they've been behaving good. That's my assumption. I don't think they're escaped prisoners or anything, or like mental patients, but they are from a mental institution. I guess they're on good behavior or something. And so yeah, sorry about the long answer, but five's canon.
That's fine.
What did you think of them actually still trying to have an open Camp Crystal Lake here, or Camp Forest Green? Sorry.
It's honestly at this point, it seems like they should have learned their lesson.
It's I really find it weird that they just renamed the camp. Like, what's the point? Like, that's my that's my only nitpick with this movie. Like, it's like, okay, Jason's dead though. Like, literally, Jason's dead. Like, there's shouldn't you just call it Camp Crystal Lake any goddamn way? Not Camp Forest Green. Who gives a shit about the name? Like, other than horror fans, like, we want it called Crystal Lake. Not Camp Forest Green.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my god. But let me see if just call him here, see if he's ready. But it's really interesting too because they have the sheriff's daughter who gets interested in Tommy Jarvis after he's arrested, after he confesses to messing up in front of the sheriff, that they dug up Jason's body. Tim Mathis plays Tommy Jarvis. He's the third actor to do so. That's another thing too. We get three different actors playing Tommy throughout the series. Um, and Tommy's never been brought back at all after this movie here. I mean, he's gone. Like, the character's alive, but they never bring the character back ever. So what did you first of all, I have two questions for you. One, what did you think of three different actors playing him? What did you think of each of their performance?
I would say, they all three did a good job.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite, honestly, though, is Corey Feldman's because, you know, I'll never forget when he stabbed the fuck out of Jason. Oh, sorry, excuse my language, but
No, you're good, man. But yeah, I think that's what's most shocking too, because the final chapter felt a bit like the final chapter. I mean, but here it's the start of a whole new trilogy. It's the start of the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, which is really interesting. You have Corey Feldman who tries to trick Jason, then he's stabbing him with the machete and he's screaming, "Die, die!" We're going to see the same thing in Halloween 5 with Dr. Sam Loomis hitting Michael with a 2x4. But which isn't as effective as a machete. They didn't have those handy for Loomis, but
yeah.
so, I really love. I'm with you on Feldman. He's really good, but I really love Tim Mathis's performance here. Um, because that's the thing. Each character brought something different to the role. Each actor, I should say, brought something different to the character. Because each was written differently. I mean, it's the same character. You have Here you have this quiet, shy boy, but he's not too shy. And then that's in the final chapter. That's Corey Feldman, but he's also this mask maker. and he's very cool. He knows how to fix things. So in part five, he's this mess maker, but he's very silent. He doesn't talk. He sort of reminds me of the character Silence from The Great Silence, which is a snow western, really good movie. If you've ever seen it, if you haven't ever seen it, check it out. But it's really, really interesting how they take this character and they don't have him really talk. I mean, Tommy's words are few and far between, and I think that was a really gutsy call to have this character who you were used to talking as a boy not really talk at all. And why should he? He witnessed an event that traumatized him for well, seemingly for life. And then the next time we see Tommy, played by Tim Mathis, he's talking, he's energetic, he's he's wanting to kill Jason, even though Jason's already dead. He's fully lost his shit here. I mean, I love it. It's Jason Lives is an adventure and a half, man. What what's your favorite kill in this movie?
I'm not too sure actually. What's your favorite kill?
I gotta go with the I'll go what is it? The it's not a van. Oh god. The camper kill where the couple's in the woods in the camper and the plug gets cut and they decide to get on out of there. Well, Jason sneaks in the camper and he's like hiding, and the guy's driving, and you hear Alice Cooper song playing, and the girl gets pulled into the bathroom and killed by Jason. And then he comes out and he's sneaking behind the dude who's driving, and he sticks something in his head, I think a knife, and then the camper thing flips. It's so
Oh yeah,
funny. See?
that's a good one.
Oh shit. It's
There's
crazy.
a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I tell you another good one too is in the early beginning, like after Tommy's friend, like I love how Jason just punches him right straight through the chest, rips out his heart and shit. But there's the one where new camp counselors are arriving, and they're driving a fucking a beetle, Volkswagen, essentially a beetle, and fucking hey, this woman stops, and she goes, "Why did you stop?" He goes, "Cause shit." And the woman's like, "Cause I've watched enough horror movies that any man in a mask is never good." So, like,
Oh yeah, I like that too.
yeah,
It's like
it's
the one horror character that's actually what's seen horror movies.
it's like, lady, just if the dude gets out the car to shoot, just just go, just turn the car around. Jason won't mind. Um, they end up getting killed. There's one too where the paintballers get killed. That one was hilarious. Like the guy getting thrown into the tree, and like there's a smiley face.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, there's a lot of great kills in Jason Lives. I mean, it lives up to its title too. It lives up to the reputation of a Friday the 13th movie. There's plenty of kills. Um, there's a sex scene. There's no real nudity in the sense, and here you have, you know, I love how they're sort of somewhat carrying over the theme from five, where they're sort of blaming Tommy for some of the murders that have taken place in this movie.
Oh yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, if you count Jason's, death as a death scene, I guess we would, yeah. But I guess that'd be my favorite. It's kind of creative, they use, how they used a chain to drown him.
Yeah, yeah, that was ballsy as hell. Them doing it. That end sequence is really good. To me, it's my favorite. I think Jason Lives has my favorite end sequence. Them just wrapping the chain around his neck and just putting like leaving him in the water, which is really cool.
Oh yeah,
Um, But what's your uh what's your favorite sequence in this movie so far?
Oh, you mean like the scenes?
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I would actually say when I know this might sound like a simple answer, but I would say when they revived, well, when they accidentally resurrected Jason.
Yeah.
Well, revived, resurrected, it's basically the same thing.
You know what they needed? They needed somebody to go, "He's alive. He's alive."
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I tell you what, the who's your favorite character in this movie? I got one for you.
Um, I would say either Jason. I know that's a simple answer, but I'd say either
No,
Jason or Tommy.
I gotta. Well, here's the thing. I gotta give it to. I like your picks. I'm gonna go the caretaker, even though he gets 86 by Jason. Um, simply because here's this dude just trying to do his job. He's getting liquored up, and Tommy's like, dig him up," and he takes a drink of like liquor or something or whiskey, whatever's in that like flask of his, and he's like, "Dig him up." I just put dirt back over.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I forgot her name at the moment. I'm probably gonna remember as soon as I say it too. But I like that girl that was doing the robot.
Yeah, well, the girl in part five. You mean?
Oh, sorry.
No, no, you're fine. I like that girl too, because here's the thing though too. She's somebody who loves music, but she gets killed by Roy Burns, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
For anyone listening, I'm sorry for mixing those up. There's a lot of these movies.
it's sorry, man. I goof up all the time. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Um, with Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. What did you think of the sheriff's daughter in this movie?
um, I'm not really sure. I mean, not really sure to be honest.
Very Wild Child esque. I mean, and I don't mind that because it's something we haven't really seen in the Friday the 13th franchise yet. I mean, you see it a bit with Chris, but it's not completely with Chris. It's more with this character here, with the sheriff's daughter. She she's part of the camp counselors, but she's also has a very wild side to her. She likes Tommy, so she likes bad boys, quote unquote. And her father's very strict and very direct. I don't hate the sheriff in this movie, though he is a bit of a dick. I understand why he's a dick. Like I get him, but in the same sense, though, too, any good lawman's going to listen and actually investigate. I think that's the one character flaw he has. He doesn't start investigating until bodies are turning up, and he's quick to point the finger at Tommy. Which, I mean, from a logical standpoint, I understand why it makes sense that he would. But, you got to figure, hey, why would uh, really, why does this dude seem that crazy that he would commit cold blooded murder? Eh,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
really, really great movie. But what did you? No, that's the thing too. They had actual little kids in this movie. Now we do see one little kid in part five, and Reggie. We see a bunch of little kids slash teenager, mid-teens, if you will, in this movie. What did you think of that? They actually have actual campers, and they're trying to teach them how to, I guess, survive in the woods.
I actually like that because it made it feel more like a camp.
Yeah, this is really the first time that we see Camp Crystal Lake as a full-blown camp. It be at least being used as a camp since the original. Um, we did see camp counselors in the original, like watching, like singing "Kumbaya, oh my lord," and there was campers in the cabin, like sleeping, But we haven't really seen that since the original. And here, the Jason Lives does a really good job of, paying homage to the original by doing this. It's really clever.
Yeah, I agree.
What did you think of the lot a good some good blood kills in this movie, some good non-blood kills in this movie? Man, Jason killing the sheriff by bending him in half was just sickening, man. I gotta tell you. What did you think of that kill?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, he shoots Jason, and then it has no real effect on him because Jason's dead, or undead. I guess we should say undead at this point. But yeah, bullets are having no effect on our buddy Jason. Really, I'll tell you another scene really good too. Really good kill sequence is down by the docks, down by the lake, I should say, on the docks. Jason throws a knife right at the one cop, knocking him in one of the boats, which is such a cool scene.
Oh yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, for anyone that's like listening, be like, wow, they're saying like death scenes are cool. Remember, these are just movies.
Yeah, it's fiction, man. It's fiction. They can get over it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, that's the thing too. Like, look, a lot of horror movies have kill sequences in them. It's almost. I think it's easy to overreact to them with, especially with more modern horror movies, simply because. Yeah, and I think you know this too. We're not really dealing with just the horror audience anymore. We're dealing with the Me Too audience and the how do I put this the Twitter audience. It's full of oh, we don't like it. That oh, social justice. Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's wrong. It's like it's a fucking movie. That's like no matter how I feel about a movie, like Halloween Kills is a great example. I may not be head over the heels in love with the movie, but for people to sit there and bitch about the firefighters, fictional firefighters being killed, fictional is just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. There was even a petition about that. Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
no, no. I saw that too, and I just shook my head. I'm like, well, America. like,
And here's the
like,
thing people don't realize. If they did take that scene out, everyone will want them to release it. I mean, look what happened with Halloween 6 producers guy.
yeah, yeah. They don't. That's the thing. They don't realize, like, okay, if they take that scene out, I guarantee you, hey, us fans, we're gonna petition to get it put in the DVD release. Like, so, like either way, it's going in.
Speaking of
Uh,
which, the original ending of Halloween 2018 hasn't been released.
I know that's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Uh, they're saving. You watch. They're saving that for the anniversary.
Oh, I went down.
Listen, franchises, you know this. They nickel and dime you to death, and I will say that that's what shocked me about the 2018 DVD release most, especially the Blu-ray, is that it did not have the original ending, and I was a bit disappointed that it didn't. So I think that's something they should at least. I think it's been taught. I know it's been talked about in interviews for sure. I know David Gordon Green's talked about it in like written interviews and shit. I know. I think Danny McBride's even talked about it, and I don't know if Jamie Lee Curtis has or not. I'm not sure, but I know the two, like the writer and director, have. Well, the two writers and one director, but I do think it should just eventually be released. I mean, because though too, again, they'll wait for an anniversary so they can nickel and dime us and charge us out the ass, and we'll pay because, well, we're horror fans.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'll have to tell Julie to get that loan out on the house. But fucking mortgage the house.
Actually, oh yeah. Actually, I could be wrong, but I heard there's some deleted some deleted scenes of H2O that haven't been released as well.
I don't doubt that at all. There probably is a ton of deleted scenes from H2O that, it's, by the way, still, I think I sort of wonder if it has to do with the detective because it felt like they were supposed to be more part of that story.
Oh yeah, when that.
By the way, the guy who plays the African American actor, I forget his name, he actually voices Jet in Cowboy Bebop. Great
Oh,
actor,
interesting.
great actor. But so with Jason Lives, man, did this one surpass part five? What's
Honestly,
your
I think it did.
yeah? I think the story is really unique because it, resurrecting Jason could have came across a lot of ways, you know. Literally, I mean, literally, this is they say Jason lives. Really, this is Friday the 13th resurrection of Jason in every way. But it's Jason lives, and it could have went a lot of ways. It could have got laughed at, and it doesn't, which I'm glad it doesn't. And they bring Jason back to success, and man, they tell a hell of a story in the process. They're telling some notes from part five where they think the sheriff thinks it's Tommy, and he has every reason to. The sheriff's daughter has wants to have sex with Tommy, and why shouldn't she?
Yeah,
And then there's these kids who are camp counselor who are campers and trying to learn the ways of the woods. Um, and then there's bodies dropping in between, and it's very much a Friday the 13th movie, and it really, I think this movie set a larger bar than part five did, and I like part seven, the one we're going to talk eventually too, but there's something about Jason Lives too that there's a lot of good creepy moments in between, like the funny kills and the. I love the scene where the cops show up at the campground and you have no idea where Jason is. He could be anywhere. And you sort of get the feeling he might be around there. But I love how they have him like disappearing and reappearing and just being very creepy.
oh yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, and some people might not be aware of this, but if you ever hear "He's Back," the man behind the mask by Alice Cooper, that was made for this movie.
Yeah. Really, really good too. The use of the song. Good, good use of it.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
It's a shame Alice Cooper did not get to play by the way, Alice Cooper is in the 2012 Tim Burton Dark Shadows movie. It's a shame he did not get to play Barnabas's father and was not used properly.
Oh yeah,
But
it does suck.
oh my god! But with this movie, really good. I'm trying to think,
I
what
think
did you?
teen. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I know it sounds weird, but I think Teenage Frankenstein was made for this movie too. I know it's in the movie, but I think it was made for it. But I'm not 100% sure because it seems kind of weird. It was if it was.
It may have been. I mean, that's the thing. Some songs are. It's usually more than one song that's made for a movie, and sometimes it's more than one artist. I'll give you a great example. Look at go watch like when you go watch the original Top Gun, everybody just remembers Highway to the Danger Zone. Well, really, they used a Hall and Oates song too. So which was used in that movie.
I
But so
I just hope I hope in future releases they don't take these songs out because I could be wrong, but I heard in the 4K release of Saw they took out "Bite the Hand That Bleeds You."
that's interesting. Huh. Now, who's the song by? I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh, it's by Fear Factory.
Okay. Now, could that just be a copyright thing, or?
I think that's what I heard. That's what I've heard. Like Lionsgate lost the rights to it or something.
Yeah, that's really weird. See, though, too, the thing of it is, if they already paid the artist, they can't really remove the song. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's sort of the thing. Like, if you paid the artist for use of the song for your film, well, the song's going to continue to be used no matter what. That's what's really weird. I mean, but if Fear Factor had a contract wrote up where, well, if if copyright ever expires, you can't use our song. That'd have been
Oh yeah.
somebody should not have inked that deal. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I say Fear Factor? I think it's actually called Fear Factory.
It's all right. That's all right. uh, what did you think of Camp Forest Green here, the location they use?
Um, I I would say it's a pretty good location.
Yeah. I love how in every Friday the 13th we've seen to thus far, we have very good isolated locations. Also in this movie, you actually do get to see a little more of the town that where we saw Crazy Ralph all those years ago, and the town's gotten a lot bigger too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What did you think of Tommy Tommy Jarvis here looking into the occult to how to get rid of Jason?
Oh, I thought that was a pretty creative idea.
Yeah, and he has all these books too, like Occult, The Dead Rise. It's like this dude's taking a page out of Dan Curtis.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Oh wait, is this one that has the Necronomicon? Oh wait, no, it's later on. Sorry.
no, no. Well, here's the thing too. Like, there's technically two books of the dead. Like, because in Dark, you're gonna. I'll play spoiler this one time for you, so I apologize in advance to you, sir. Um, Quentin Collins has a book of the dead in Dark Shadows, but it's not the Necronomicon. It's a book of the dead for the Phoenix. With the book of the dead in Evil Dead, the book of the dead doesn't come till Jason goes to hell, which is awesome. But the Necronomicon is in Jason's house. Somebody, not mentioning any names, Pamela was raised in the dead.
Yeah, I heard some about that. Like apparently, apparently she read from it.
Yeah. See, I'm sort of wondering though too, because did she read from it or did somebody else read from it?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, because we've seen, like, if you read from it, like a lot of stuff happens, not just one thing. So, like, did somebody have to like make a sacrificial? So I think it was more, and I love Pamela to death. I love Betsy Palmer, but I sort of think it was Jason's dad who read from the book and sort of sacrificed himself for his son. But
Oh
we'll
yeah, you
never,
never know.
yeah, we'll never know. I mean, I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's really interesting. By the way, how nice is Jason's house and Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah,
Like, seriously, like, he's got a nice ass house.
that's true. Yeah, he does.
Like, I think Pamela and Elias were rich or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, with Saw, remember I was mentioning the Saw 4K. To be clear, I might buy the Saw 4K, but I'm waiting for them to release the other movies too.
Uh, Now the original Saw is on, I believe it's on Blu-ray and 4K. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, that's where I've heard they removed the that song I mentioned, but I don't know why. Maybe you never know. Maybe they wanted to remove it for some reason. Maybe Fear Factory. You never know. Maybe Fear Factory made Lionsgate mad or something. You never know.
Yeah, that's really weird. I mean, that is really really weird. That's the thing too. Artists, again, because I don't know what happened with Fear Factory or anything, but artists, you know, because of all the social injustice that you have out here, and people like the bitch and moan about everything. Maybe somebody complained to Phil Factory, "Oh, how could you lend your music to that movie? Have you never seen it? It's off." You know, somebody could have complained to them,
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know if that's, again, I'm not saying that's the case, but guys, listen, when somebody comes to you and starts bitching about how you could lend your music to them, just show them the check you receive and say, really easily.
Oh yeah, it's true. Now, what makes it even weirder is like I don't know if you've ever seen the video of that song. It actually used to be a special feature on the DVD, actually. But yeah, it even has like scenes from Saw in the music video.
Oh, wow. Cool. Cool. I'll try to find, do you know the name of it?
Oh, it has a weird name. It's called "Bite the Hand That Bleeds You."
I'll try to find it on YouTube, and if I find it, I'll leave a link in the description box. But hopefully I'll find it.
I hope.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Um, really good movie. Jason Lives, just like out of all the movies prior to this one, like where would you put this one compared to the ones we've already seen and reviewed?
I would say I would put it like before part five at least. I'd say this is better than part five, but it's not as good as the first four.
Yeah, it's really entertaining, and it's really really good. Um, just a great movie to watch and really entertaining. I do think that I agree with you. It's better than five. I'm gonna put it above three. I like three, but the three's ending really just pisses me off.
Oh yeah.
No offense to it, but but I cannot put it above one, two, or four. So that's where I put mine. I just think that because there's other Friday the 13th movies we're going to get into, and I'll tell you what, um, I'm probably going to be the lone wolf on defending Jason Takes Manhattan. I just have one request in advance when Mark listens to this video. Listen, when you guys gang up on me on Jason Takes Manhattan, if you guys both don't like it, allow me to get in the fetal position before you start kicking my ass. Oh shit! Oh my god! But man, it just is there anything you want to add to this lovely movie we've been reviewing?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. But yeah, definitely really good. The effects were really good. That's another thing too. We don't see the removal of Jason's mask in this movie. It, we do see it get put on, but it doesn't get removed in this movie, which I like. Really, really well done. I guess I get that he comes out of the grave without it, but he does put it on. He puts the hockey mask on, and it's very symbolic. It stays on the whole movie. Really, really good. Great performance by everybody involved. There's a really cool car sequence in this movie if you've never seen it. Oh, one final question. The final sequence of this movie, the fight between Tommy and Jason on the lake. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I like how Jason being trapped by a chain, a boulder, really, really good. Being returned to Crystal Lake, not Camp Forest Green. Um,
Yeah.
I like I do like some of the gunplay in this movie, but there's not a bunch of it. There's a good bit in it. There's enough to satisfy me. I do wish we would have got to see the laser gun shot. That'd have been cool, but we don't ever get to see that. It's just for show. Um, but a really good movie. Sorry we did not get Mark on here. But we'll try to get him on next week with us, and hopefully when we do Jason, the New Blood, I believe it's called. I could be wrong about the title. Where Jason takes on a girl with psychic powers and has his ass handed to him. uh, link to Killenberg's channel is going to be this in the description box. Really go check out his channel. Really good channel. A very, very, very knowledgeable young man, Daniel Culver is, and don't let him fool you. He's under 30. Um, don't ignore his ID. Ignore his photo ID completely. Daniel, brother, you take care, man. Have a great night.
Yep, you too.
Bye bye.